post-Me Too world, where expectations for workplace accountability are higher than ever. Yet turning policies into meaningful change remains a challenge. Your organization might have all procedures, but employees often stay silent, not because harassment isn't happening, but because they don't trust those systems to protect them. I'm Dr. Galina Goncharenko from Aston University, and I research how innovations in harassment reporting, workplace assessment, and stakeholder communication enhance accountability. I created this guide to help your business tackle workplace harassment with effective action. To be accountable for sexual We brought together experts in law and justice, survivor support, and reporting technology to better understand barriers to reporting and to stimulate dialogue around more effective, survivor-centered ways to demand accountability. Under the Worker Protection Act, UK employers have a legal duty to take reasonable steps to prevent sexual harassment. And this duty is growing stronger. It begins with clear policies, regular risk assessments, effective training, and survivor-centered reporting procedures. Improving these measures sends a strong signal of accountability. Ignoring them risks financial losses and reputational damage.
The main change in employment law in terms of sexual harassment is what we call the preventative duty. Before, the role of the employer would be more reactive. He will act only after the harassment occurs. Now he has a duty to prevent the harassment, so he can be liable before the act happens.
Research shows that neglecting employee needs for a safe and respectful workplace harms well-being and business performance. At the very least, it results in disengagement and quiet quitting. The financial impact is real. High turnover, increased recruitment costs, productivity declines, and innovation slows. Then people don't feel safe. Protecting your people is not only beneficial for them, it's essential for the long-term success of your business. Complicity and inaction create reputational risks. Customers and investors want to know how you treat your employees. Communicate openly about your approach to handling misconduct. Transparency, even when imperfect, builds credibility. Harassment often hides in complex hierarchies and subtle abuses of power. Fear of dismissal and retaliation keeps people silent. You need to create safe spaces to speak and regular opportunities for open dialogue. Review policies, not only for internal conduct, but for all external interactions that affect your employees.
So if somebody comes to you and says, I'm not too sure what to do, no matter whether you're a manager or whether you're a friend, a colleague, do you know what is your process? Do you know where your policy is? Do you know what the next steps could be? Do you say to them, have you thought about going to see a manager or reporting to the police, depending on what it is? Have you thought about coming to an organisation like RSVP?
You need to equip managers to recognize and respond to early signs of toxic dynamics and ensure they lead by example.
There's a misconception that HR is the decision maker. It's leadership, it's culture.
When senior figures demonstrate accountability and self-awareness, it models performance you want to see throughout your organization. Preventing harassment requires thoughtful accountability strategies.
So when you receive a complaint, how do you react? And a good employer, an employer that's compliant, they will explain, we will support you in any option that you choose. So it can be informal verbal conversation with the perpetrator, can be a formal grievance, and they cannot force the person to take any steps, but they have a duty to investigate. If it's a crime, you need to tell the employee, okay, this is a crime, you should go to the police. I will support you in going to the police, but I cannot force you to do so. In the ideal scenario, you leave to the victim to decide how they want to handle that.
Traditional systems tend to re-traumatize survivors or fail to gather evidence, often both.
And often with trauma, they may not remember certain things.
Survivor-centered reporting is designed to ensure that sharing difficult experience is handled with support and care, while helping your organization gather high-quality evidence and data analytics. Technological innovations alone will never fully eradicate workplace misconduct. It is equally important to emphasize self-accountability of individuals at work.
79% of women who are harassed sexually do not raise the issue. It doesn't get reported.
A safe and respectful environment grows from everyday actions, through empathy, fairness, and giving people the confidence to speak up without fear. Pay close attention to how power is distributed and decisions are made. That's where lasting change begins.
If you've got things such as sexual harassment happening, there's very often other things that are going on as well. So if you've got somebody with harmful behaviours that is being empowered, first of all by that workplace culture, but then by society not doing anything as well, they will go away and do other things because they will feel, well, I'm going to get away with it.
Celebrate acts of accountability and support those who speak up, knowing that even small steps can drive meaningful change. Because in the end, it's not about perfect systems, but about creating a workplace where people know they matter, feel safe to contribute, and where both people and business flourish.